Resident Evil games are notorious for having troubled development cycles, with concepts coming and going, such as Resident Evil 1.5, which featured the original Claire Redfield, Elsa Walker, and Resident Evil 3.5 starring Leon S. Kennedy on a mission to discover the origins of the progenitor virus and uncover Spencer's creation of Umbrella while facing hallucinations and going up against the infamous Hookman. Thankfully, the Resident Evil community has been able to keep these concepts alive through their builds of the game, preserving the original ideas in hopes to keep these concepts alive. Just recently, Capcom followed up their announcement of Resident Evil Requiem with a creator's message during a Capcom Spotlight, showing us a scrapped concept of Resident Evil 9, which will now be known as Resident Evil 8.5. Director of Resident Evil Requiem, Koshi Nakanishi, opens the creator's message with addressing the rumors about an online or an open world Resident Evil, which he then confirms, saying that they spent some time experimenting, but in the end, they decided to go in a different direction. However, they had some interesting concepts, but realized that it wasn't what fans wanted to see or play. It's awesome to see that Capcom is listening to us fans and decided not to go this route for the next mainline entry, as the previous online Resident Evil titles didn't turn out to be all that great. While there wasn't too much footage shown on this scrap concept of Resident Evil 9, there's still a lot to break down and speculate about this Resident Evil 8.5. The first thing that comes to mind is how similar this is to Resident Evil Outbreak. Zombies have made their return, as well as what it looks like to be Mr. X from Resident Evil 2. It's too hard to make out who the character models are as they are blacked out of focus, and can't really get a good look at them. We see zombies flowing out of what appears to be a gun store, as we can see a stock of what appears to be a shotgun on the building's logo. We get to see what the HUD would have looked like. Left bumper has a vial logo, which makes me think this could possibly heal yourself. For the right bumper, we see a vial with a skull. My guess is this could be a mechanic where if you get infected, you must take something that makes you free of the infection or subsides for a period of time. Similar to Resident Evil Outbreak's Virus Gauge, Outbreak's Virus Gauge was a system to determine how long you spent on a level. Once the gauge reaches 100%, it's game over. Contact with enemies will also increase the infection rate, with each enemy dealing a different rate of infection. In the game, you could take herbs, first aid sprays, or antivirus pills to stop the infection from spreading for a certain amount of time. While we don't know if the right bumper would have done that, it's all speculation, but in my opinion, I think it would have been cool. Some other icons show what appears to be a possible shield to be used against zombies, as well as a mallet or sledgehammer. Looks like the top left corner of the screen is where the map is located, which is sadly blurred out. Probably didn't want to give too much away on how the game looks if this is something Capcom would like to come back to in the future. We do get to see a zombie trying to overpower one of the characters on screen and what looks like a blurred character icon. My guess is this is when a zombie grabs a player, their icon flashes on the screen as it does in some other games, which then alerts the others to come to their aid. Looks like item boxes or chests could have been used to some degree, as we can see what appears to be a chest that is 200 meters away. I wonder if this could have been more of a traditional item box or an item box that supplies you with weapons, ammo, healing items, etc. wherever they can be found on the map. Sadly, this is all the footage we were given for this Resident Evil 8.5. I am happy Capcom went in the direction they did for this new upcoming title, but I must admit, seeing this makes me wish we could have gotten this or at least something like Resident Evil Outbreak. It seems Capcom isn't done with online Resident Evil, and I do believe a online multiplayer Resident Evil can work, whether it's a remaster/remake of Resident Evil Outbreak or another online Mercenaries game. If I had to choose, I'm going with Resident Evil Outbreak all the way. But also, hopping on Mercenaries with 3-4 other people fighting off waves of enemies as like beloved characters and iconic locations in the series would be fun as hell. Anyways, this is it for the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more Resident Evil content like this, leave a like and hit that subscribe button as it helps get the video and channel out to others. Until next time, take care, peace.